Hello, everybody. Welcome to TCC, The Clarity Code. Today, we are not going to add on another episode to the series that we have initiated. We want to talk about the intention behind the TCC. So we were just chit chatting, and I was talking to Priya that why you have created the Clarity Code and why it is code, what is the intention behind it, and how can we communicate this to masses?
Hmm.
So, hence, we just came up with this idea, okay, let's talk about it, let's document it. So, yeah, and with that, Priya, I want you to give some light on as to why you have initiated with this idea, because this is not the framework that we usually have in psychological senses or spiritual senses. It is way beyond any kind of framework that is there in textbooks
Hmm.
or maybe some other researches if we see. So what was the intention behind it?
Okay, so before I give the intention, okay, I just want to first welcome everybody to a brand new episode of the Clarity Code. Thank you so much, Ailish. And thank you so much, the universe, for probably giving us this direction of talking about why TCC, why the Clarity Code. And I also want this episode to be like a support mechanism for anybody who is thinking about should I even be a part of these or engage with this content, okay? Because this episode is going to give you clarity of what it is, why it is, how it works, and how it is going to help you. So yeah, I think the base of this episode is that, okay? Now, Ailish, to answer your question, yeah, the clarity code is not part of any kind of academic curriculum. Okay. The clarity code came about from my own experience of solving my shadows. I'm not a psychology student or a professional or a psychiatry professional. I'm a very basic person. I'm laughing at that because I know I'm not so basic, but still basic. I am an engineering dropout person. Okay, I've done multiple jobs for multiple years. Uh, and like I said, I started off with my own inner work probably in 2009, and I didn't even know that I was doing inner work. All right. The reason why, let me first break down what is the reason behind the name, the clarity code. Okay,
Yeah.
because it is a code. It
Mhm.
is it is, a plus b is equal to whatever. Very bad at mathematics, so you guys get it. It's a code like that, so it's like a structure. So it's not like, oh, it's only gonna work like anyone who is applying the clarity code on themselves. It's not like it's gonna work only in one area of your life. It's going to work on multiple areas of your life. So it takes care of you emotionally, physically, mentally, and it works in through different layers. It came about when I was thinking of what is that one thing that I can give, like a foundation, which will help a person through any situation that they are in, be it their work, be it their relationship, be it their personal emotional turmoil, be it anxiety, be it depression. Mm, because if you go to a person, for example, a psychiatrist, they'll make you
Yeah.
talk about your problems, right?
Yeah.
Nobody likes to talk about their problems. What
Mhm.
I mean by that is nobody wants to relive that moment over and over again,
Yeah.
right? Nobody wants to analyze for themselves what would have been a better solution. Nobody wants to dig deeper in a way wherein you're not getting a solution for a problem, because all of us are looking for solutions, right? So the clarity code is the solution in simple words. So it's a solution from a point of view of, it helps you think clearly, it helps you see clearly. So when you go through the different layers of the code, it helps you in such a way wherein by the end of that code you will get clarity, and hence the clarity code.
That makes a lot of sense. With that in place, I want to mention a thing over here. Moving forward, first I want to step into the shoes of the one who has not done inner work,
Mm,
has nothing to do with inner work, has no awareness of how, as to how one can carry self-awareness, even what is the meaning of the word awareness. So
mm.
when it comes to people, so from that perspective, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Are you open to that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So going through the website, I've seen one word, Priya, and it was, this is not a therapy.
Mm,
The clarity code is not a therapy.
mm.
Then what it is, how it works.
See what happens in a therapy. Like you take any therapy, you go through a
Mm,
process, right? Wherein somebody is probably answering your questions, or somebody is asking you, hey, how are you feeling about this?
mm,
Right?
mm.
Now, if I had the clarity of what am I going through, or how am I feeling about this, I wouldn't go to a therapist. Like think about it from a point of view of physical therapy, your physical therapies, right? If I knew how to give pressure to a particular point which is hurting, or if I knew how to massage a particular space, then why would I go to a therapist? I would do it by myself, right? The clarity code is something that makes you independent of the other person.
So it is a kind of a framework which will make you self-sufficient. Am I?
Yes, yes, yes. Because um, I'm sure others in this industry will be really pissed with what I have to say.
Hmm.
The vulnerable people are taken advantage of in this field of spirituality or therapy, wherein they are so dependent on the therapist.
Yeah.
And it is also borderline fear based, or not even borderline, beyond that, it is fear based, that oh, if I don't stick to this person, if I don't have a therapist in my life, I'm gonna like break down. Do you need to have somebody in your life to probably hold space for you? Yes. But is everybody capable of holding space for you? No. Like even if you're going to a therapist, go to somebody who knows how to work with your shadows rather than giving you surface level answers. And the reason why I say this is because not all therapists, or not all psychiatrists, or not all psychologists have gone through shit in their life to take you through the shit that you are going through in your life. Most of them give you answers based on their conception, their perception of your problem. Nobody can understand you better than you, bro.
Yeah.
So when
Uh,
I give you a code, you're understanding yourself. So you are not you are not using me to understand what it is. You're understanding what it is through me, but it is something that you can use for the rest of your life. Is there ways where I can handhold you? Yes, there is. But everyone who sells a master class, like everyone who sees a master class, okay, and I'm telling this with my own experience. I pay 99 rupees, I attend 3 hours, and I'm like, fuck, this is already available on Google. I didn't have to pay 99 rupees for this. I didn't have to waste my 3 hours for this. 99 is okay because you're okay spending 100 bucks on something. But I didn't have to waste my 3 hours on this for me to find this out from this person who's giving me the same shit that is there on Google or ChatGPT for that matter.
I deeply get that because when you are the one who have journeyed unconscious and consciously for very long, and then you come up with a framework that is your own thing, your own path that you have walked on for like decades, at least 2 decades. Am I
Mm.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And also implemented it on other people and
Yeah.
seen that that has worked. So it's not like, yeah, it's worked on me, so it'll work on everyone. This has been in motion for many years. This is a result of what has worked on me, what has worked on multiple other people, which is distilled, crystallized, and then it is offered as a clarity code. Clarity code was not something that, just popped out of nowhere and yeah, it is working of sorts.
And so we have recorded few episodes in TCC, right?
Mm,
And we have talked about resistance previously.
mm,
We have had clarity code session with multiple people, and we have noticed and we have observed so many experiences. So when people visit their old loops, they go through all these resistances. How clarity code is different, how it helps to navigate the resistance part, and how people can learn more about discomfort in resonance with resistance.
See, resistance is not bad, okay? We resist something because we are not comfortable with it. We don't know what is the outcome of it. And resistance is like a condom that we use. Sorry for
Mm.
my
Yeah,
language, but it is
that's
just that.
okay.
Okay. We use resistance because we don't know what the outcome of it is, and we don't want to get anybody pregnant in the
Yeah.
case of a condom, right? But resistance is where everything is. If you're feeling resistant about something, if you're resisting something, then that is what you actually need.
Mm.
So if something is resisting you, I would say go do it. Because that is where you're going to get the answers of what is not working for you and why it is not working for you. If you are not taking that chance when something is resisting you, what you are choosing is to be in comfort zone. Is comfort zone bad? No, it is not. But is comfort zone going to get you to where you want to be? No, it is not. Because comfort uh is a situation that's very familiar. You know what's gonna happen. You cannot forever be in comfort zone.
Most of the people, they see discomfort as failure or a collapse, like everything is going to
That
fall
is what
down.
we have been taught.
Yeah, yeah,
We haven't
that is
taught
an
that
issue.
taking risk is dangerous. We haven't taught that if 100 people have done something and it works, go do it. And we end up doing it even though we don't like it. And if you are not doing it with 100% or more uh, of, how do I say this? If you're not putting your all in into something, it's not going to work for you, even though it has worked for 1,000 people. For example, I've had a lot of people come and tell me, why don't you interview people in your field? Because that will help you get some kind of visibility. And these are the people who know me really well, who really respect me for what I have in me, from a knowledge point of view, from a skill point of view, from a power point of view. But that's not something I feel aligned with. And if I am not feeling aligned with something, no matter how much effort I put in interviewing others, it's not going to work out for me. That's what I mean by saying this. Am I scared to interview people? No, I'm not. But if I'm not aligned, then it's not going to work. I don't want to probably come in the limelight like that. I want to come into the limelight because of the work that I have done, because of the impact that I have created. And that impact speaks very differently for me. So
Right.
I am perfectly fine being behind the scenes.
Okay. Right. So, Priya, for a person who knows what patterns are, and pattern recognition has been talk of the town.
Mm,
Every other person in the spiritual industry, be it any modality, it
mm,
is like it is the pillar.
Mm,
But nobody is talking about how to repattern the patterns.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
Nobody is talking about how to hold space for that. Nobody is talking about how to integrate that.
mm.
Everybody is talking about plain vague words, vague whatever practices. Okay. Woo-woo practices. I would use this word. Okay. But when it comes to solid work where you are involved, your is involved. You are walking through your own shit, feeling it, making way through it. How do you hold such critical spaces, that too in live experience through clarity code?
I think I'm able to hold space, Ailish, because I have gone through it. So
Hmm.
when see for example, the 3 hour immersions that I do in the clarity code, when a person shows resistance or when a person is coming out of a loop that they have recognized, because I want to add a point over here. In clarity code, you're not just identifying the pattern. I'm taking you through the different codes, the formula, wherein by the end of that 3 hour, you're integrating, you're embodying, which is and you're activating the new code, right? Which usually doesn't happen in spiritual spaces, because in spiritual spaces, be it a meditation session or be it anything else, you understand what your pattern is, you find a solution for the pattern, which is very mental in nature. So when you go back to your life, what I mean to say that is, let's say it's a 2 hour session and you get back to your life, that feeling of understanding is there with you for probably 1 2 days, 1 week, 1 month, but then life takes over. So
Yeah.
you don't get to integrate or embody what you have learnt new. Rather, if you are taken through a process from end to end, from understanding what your pattern is to embodying and activating your new pattern, that stays with you for a longer period of time, right? So when that stays with you for a longer period of time, it's easier for you to continue working on it. See, for that pattern to get created, it took 30, 40, 50, 60 years. It's not going to go in 3 hours. But you activating a new pattern is like rewiring your neurons to a level at which that, okay, it's easy for you to recognize, okay, this is the old pattern, this is a new pattern, this is the old pattern, this is a new pattern. That is where awareness steps in, where you are aware when you behave a certain way, even though you are not fully in the new way of being, okay? When a situation appears and you behave a certain way, you might behave the way you behaved earlier, but then you pause after that, you're like, oh, I did exactly what I've done before, whereas I had to do it differently. That is awareness. And that is how it starts. So the next time when you do it, you're partially doing the old way, you're partially doing the new way, and then that continues. The third time the situation occurs, you're doing it more the new way, then the fourth way, you're completely doing it the new way. So that is how pattern you go from pattern recognition to awareness to changing your pattern and to sticking with your new patterns. And this
So
is for
this is
anybody.
better.
I
Mhm.
just want to add one thing. This
Yeah.
is not for somebody who's gone through trauma. This is not for somebody uh who is I don't know, probably if you feel that this is for somebody who's gone through something really heavy, something deep, no, this is for anybody, because all of us have patterns.
So can we say that this is the deepest shift that people will take away in this immersion?
Yeah.
And are there any more? Do you want to share any other shift that will take place in 3 hour immersion?
Uh, to put it in simple words, let's say you come with a lot of fog.
Hmm.
I don't know why I found it funny, but you go back with a lot of clarity. So it's clear.
So it's clear. So clarity on emotional, mental, and somatic level. Obviously, you will feel light in your body as well.
See, when you are
The
working on the clarity code works on your nervous system more than your
yeah,
mind. Okay.
yeah,
So when you
yeah.
are sitting for the 3 hour immersion and I'm taking you from one stage to another, you're not going to be able to work on all the 20,000 problems that you have. But we are going to make you pick one thing that you want to work on, which needs immediate resolution, where you can see a change immediately. Take you through the whole process because this is a group process, right? So we take you through the whole process, and by the end of the process, you'll have clarity on that one thing. And that formula can be applied on those 20,000 things. But if you want to go deeper, then there is spaces for that where you go deeper. So
Okay.
it's like how much in depth do you want to go with the clarity that you want to receive?
Listening to you, I'm just wondering that how much shit you might have experienced. Sorry. Uh, like
All
the
of us, okay.
clarity has been the solution for everything.
Yeah,
So,
because um everything that I'm speaking is coming out of experience, okay? I've gone the
experience.
woo-woo way. I have gone
Hmm.
the meditation and the light work way, which has not helped me understand what my shadows are. Okay, so although I have been doing inner work since 2009, it started as a rebellion
Yeah.
because I didn't like the way I was. I was not happy being who I was. I was taken advantage of. I was a people pleaser. I was a doormat. I was the black sheep. I was a sidekick. I was all of those things. So, my inner work was mainly to not be any of those things and to identify who I really am. But it was very difficult for me to identify who I really was, what my core energy is, what is that I like to do, what is my take, is my take, or does my take even make sense in the world that we are living in? Should it make sense in the world that we are living in? It was a lot of questions. It was a lot of soul seeking, to be very frank. Okay, that was what. So I've gone through a lot of ups and downs in my healing journey itself, and then I thought, okay, let me go the other way. Let me get out. So all of this was inner work, right? So let me get out and work with somebody else. That is when I went the woo woo way. Was the woo woo way helpful? I wouldn't even call it woo woo, okay? It's not so bad because that got me introduced to concepts, that got me introduced to beings and powers and stuff like that. But was it solving my problem? It was not. I was not able to. So I would go attend I would be a part of a container which was like 2 hours or whatever. Feel great for the next 1 week or so. I would end up going back to feeling the way I was, which I now know is depression. Okay, then I did not. So I'm like very unhappy with whoever I am, whatever I'm doing, even though everything was like brilliant in my life in all aspects. Then is when the core shadow work started. And that is where I understood that I don't have clarity on a lot of things. I don't know what I like. I don't know what I want. I don't know who I am. I am all these people. I'm this person which everybody has told me I am. And most of us are like that. Because when I ask
Most of
somebody, like the people that I work with, who do you think you are? Nobody knows the answer for who do you think you are. What do you like? They just tell me things that they have liked for ages. And
was this
then
the core inner wound, Priya, like which inspired you to create clarity? But was this the core inner wound in your journey?
I think partially yes. Partially it is also what I saw when I was working with everybody else, because the containers that I have run so far is all to do with shadow work. Okay, and they are long containers, right? And
Mhm.
sometimes it is not affordable for everybody. So I wanted to come up with something which is not very time consuming, which is easy on the pocket, wherein somebody can come, get solution and go back. and they can use that formula over and over and over again. So the idea was, let me make it accessible. So the clarity code is the baseline. Like, you will come, you will understand, you can apply it, you'll find a solution like right then. You want to go deeper and deeper and deeper, there are more channels. Because I think very unconsciously or very subconsciously, whatever I have to offer works in a three-stage format. One is the level one is the mid level, one is the higher level. So very unconsciously I have created it, and then when I look at everything that came out of it, I'm like, fuck, this is like a beautiful thing that has emerged out of something that I have not planned. And that is why I thank the universe initially, because this has not come out of my own head. I think I was very beautifully guided into all of these things.
So there is a question that is popping up in my mind. Once a person attends the clarity call, let's say after clarity appears, would you be open to hold space for them to see what unfolds next?
Yeah, yeah, because
Just
there are,
Mhm.
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So I have experienced the clarity code with you, right?
Mm,
I've been in your containers, like we have been together. It's been long. I've seen one thing which is common
mm,
and it stands out for me.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
That is, as a practitioner or a space holder, you complete the loop. You don't send people with their wounds open, like, go live your life.
mm,
So that is the core inner, even childhood wound, which it's like when you go away from your parent, they ping you, poke you.
mm,
Then we again go back to parents, just like that. So this is a common thing that I've seen, experienced myself in the spiritual industry. This is the most beautiful thing. There is a lot of space for integration. Integration can only happen when you walk authentically through the wound, through not only wound, with whatever you are working on. So this is what stands out for me and maybe for other people as well. If anybody of you have had experienced containers with fear, do comment, please. Below, we would like to know your reviews as well. Uh, this is, I have referred, like, let's say I was doing
mm,
journeying with you. We did it for like 10 plus months
mm,
together.
mm,
I have referred to our yearning interactions and I've drawn a lot, even way after
mm,
I've completed, done that container. So what I mean by that is when you were saying in 3 hours, you uh, go away with deeper shifts, deepest shifts. It stays.
mm,
So I know what you are saying. It
mm.
is the integration, and that's what I like about your space holding. Not like it is the way, I would say. It
So,
is the authentic way.
so there are a couple of things I want to draw from this, okay?
Yeah.
Which is going to like bring on a lot of clarity for probably people who have already been in spiritual spaces, okay?
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna first talk about what a frequency is and what coherence is. Okay. So when we go into sessions, which is meditation meditative sessions, or let's say your inner child healing or your wound healing sessions, we are going into a space wherein we get into a journey where the person who's guiding us takes us into a journey and takes us through a process, right? Now, the intention that this healer has is to help you with your inner child wounds, correct? Now, when a person who already has a lot of trauma, okay, gets into a session like this, they are not ready to to imbibe the 100% effect of what the session can bring about. So it's got nothing to do with the healer, it has got to do with the seeker. Okay, the seeker is not 100% there yet to get in the 100% of what is happening in the session. Hence, the seeker gets about 20%, 10%, or even probably lesser than that. Okay. But although it is at a lesser percentage, the seeker is going to feel really elevated because the energies are really high. So the person is going to feel really elevated and really good. Okay, so this is what high frequency is. Okay, so your frequency has gone from wherever it is to a higher frequency. Now you get out of this container, you go about your normal life. Slowly, this high frequency starts getting impacted by what's happening in life, and this frequency starts coming down and down and down and down to what it was before. The reason being, first of all, the seeker already has a lot of wounds, right? Known, unknown, conscious, subconscious, present, past, karmic, blah, blue, ancestral, all of this, right? So the canvas is already full. So when you get into something new, whatever can get captured will get captured. But there is a lot of junk already on that canvas, right? So the frequency comes down. What I do has got nothing to do with frequency. I am not looking for high frequency. I care a damn about high frequency. But I care a lot about coherence. Coherence is where your integration and your embodiment comes into place. That is why my sessions are never, oh, light and love. No, my sessions are painful. I have had people come out of sessions midway saying, I cannot take it anymore. And I'm not saying this to scare anybody. This is a reality of it. Because when you go look into what you have gone through, the reason why you don't look cannot look into it by yourself is because it's very painful. And hence you need like an amazing space holder to be able to take you through that threshold. Make you look into what you have done in the most softest, compassionate way possible. Then when you look into that, you'll be like, okay, I did the best of what I could do at that point in time with the best of my knowledge. Right now is a time where I understand all of these and I work through it. So, I'm not looking at high frequency, I'm looking at coherence. What I mean by coherence is that it takes you from this level to that, okay, and it makes you stay there. And that coherence cannot be at this level if you still have shadows. The coherence will reach this level only when you have started clearing your canvas.
And that's where self-sufficiency steps in with the
Yes, because
practices.
my main intention is I don't want you to be dependent on me.
Yeah.
I don't want to work with you for more than probably 12 months. I will get tired of you. So please, I don't want you I don't want to use you as a tool for me to earn money. I want you to become the tool and I want you to become the channel so that you can go live your life very, very, very independently. Wherein you're capable of understanding this is my trigger. You're capable of understanding, oh, this is a part. You're capable of understanding, okay, why am I going through this? So that you don't have to go to another person. I This has been my main intention when I got into this field, or when when I went through my stuff and I started creating what I offer. My thing was I don't want people to go so when people step out of my container, I don't want them to leave with a thought that, oh fuck, it did not work for me.
Yeah.
I don't want them to leave this container thinking, oh, I like spent 3 months with her and I don't see any use. And I tell them these 3 months you're only learning. Or whatever time you're working with me, you're learning. The actual work will start once you are not with me. And this is your preparation phase for you to do that work. Because
Yeah.
if you want to learn about relationships, you need to be in a fucking relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? You cannot like sit in a house where you're by yourself and then learn about relationships or heal relationship traumas that you have been in. So if somebody has broken your heart initially, you're never going to fix your heart by not letting your heart get involved again. It's as simple as that. So the clarity code is that involvement. You come back, you get involved, you understand what is happening, you go back, live. Like I have clients who has come to me with broken hearts and who are like ready to be in a relationship in like 3 months. And they have gotten into better relationships. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so awesome to see them living this brand new, being this brand new person, living this brand new life. And I'm like, fuck, this is so fulfilling.
With that, so we will be doing another immersion of the clarity code
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, so in February, we'll be doing one in Feb. We'll post the link below so you can go look at the dates and you can register if you feel aligned with everything that we have spoken. Yeah.
Thank you
And if
so
you
much,
have
Tina. Yeah.
just one more moment, if you have any questions about the clarity code in itself, right? Like if you have questions, if this is going to work for me, what is going to work for me, post your questions so that we can answer them, so that you can come in with that clarity if it is going to work for you or not. So we can tell you how it is going to work for you. So yeah, that's
Right. First of all, thank you for answering these questions. I feel like I kind of have more questions about it.
okay. So we can dedicate some more time probably in another episode for that for sure. And thank you for asking me some beautiful questions. And also, we have been getting a lot of questions from people who have been watching reels and who has been watching our episodes. So I think we can address them. Probably once in a month, we can have like a Q&A of sorts.
Yeah, that would be great. So thank you so much. We'll be back with another episode of The Clarity Code, and we will continue this series. And it feels so fulfilling to talk about things which are not talked about. And that's that. So, see
Make
you
sure
then.
you subscribe, you guys. Make sure you engage. Make sure you like, you watch, because these are very bite-sized videos. We're keeping it bite-sized so that it is not overwhelming for anybody. We want many, many more people to not suffer in life. That's our main agenda. Not suffer in life. And there are already so many sufferings outside of us. At least let us create an environment within which is not, with the foundation of it is not suffering, emotional suffering. So, yeah, with that, we'll close this episode. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you, Alicia, once again.